This you crazy mother.
Welcome back everyone to this iRacing event here on the Broadcasting Network. Tonight we see the ECR Elite Championship Racing League Truck Series, the Pit Stop Design Truck Series, make its way here to Kentucky. And as you guys can see right now, as far as the weather stats go, it's almost 84 degrees in the track and in the air, 81% humidity, making it real sticky out there, and about 17 kilometer per hour wind speed. So these trucks will be tight tonight. And don't forget, guys, this series is brought to you by Pit Stop Designs. Make sure you make them your last pit stop on designing trucks or cars or basically any vehicle here on the iRacing circuit. that is held together by Joey Stats, and he is also happens to be an admin of this league. So hope you guys are ready to see this 85 lap race here tonight. And we have quite a few new people here in this league tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at the results as these guys are getting ready to qualify right now. And go and check out the new people that are actually here as of last week. So we got Chris Watkins, we've got Jonathan Whalen, Mike Dillard, Jeremy Rucker, Brant Morrow, and that is it. So we picked up 5 new people at least tonight here for the Truck Series, hoping to make their way into the chase. There is still time. I do believe this is the cutoff race for anybody that does need to get into the chase. The chase isn't going to start for a couple months anyways, but the amount of races in between there that you need to be actually eligible. I will have Todd Gilly in here as soon as he comes through. Make sure he gets an introduction, and right now let's see Anthony put out a qualifying lap. You don't see Anthony out here too often. Go ahead and see how fast you can get this truck up to. Now, I ran the series myself during the week last week. We were actually a week behind because of the holiday. Had to move this Truck Series race actually till tonight. So, ran this all last week. Near the end of the week, felt really good. It was during the day, and definitely made for some great competition out there. Truck felt really nice. I do believe it was about 38 laps, and if there was no pit stops, your tire was just gone. Your right front was just burnt right off. Well, thank you, George Gibbs Jr. New sub because of Jason O'Connor. Welcome. Welcome to the chat. We got quite a few people watching right now. Always welcome to talk to the audience to see what these guys think of the league, what they think of iRacing in general, or if they just want to chat with us here in the broadcast booth. As I said, Todd Gilly will be in here shortly. Ah, man. That puts Anthony in third right now. Let's take a look at Christian Snyder. He's currently holding first place with a 30.813, I do believe. That is correct. So you see the top 10 is already qualified. These guys get 5 minutes to qualify. They have a half tank fuel, and they run dynamic weather with fixed setups. So even though they are fixed setups, it definitely makes a difference on how the truck actually handles here. And we've seen it all season long throughout all 3 series. We've only made one change to the Cup Series, in that we've changed it to 75% fuel because honestly, the way the setups are, they're not very good this season for whatever reason that may be. And just got word from Todd Gilly. He's trying to get his monitors to work right now, so he should be in here shortly. Just letting me know what's going on. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the field here. And it looks like only 14 people have qualified. Now, we have another rule in ECR that if you're not locked in for points, you cannot qualify. You must get your laps into grid, which, depending on the track, it's half of the regular practice laps that a normal person has to put in to qualify. So, say it's 1.5 miles, you have to put 15 laps in to qualify, but if you're not locked in, you have to at least put 8 laps into grid. It's one of those things, because we want people out there go practice. We don't want to wreck fest. It's going to be interesting here because of the newer people, and these guys should be done qualifying here in about 30 seconds, if that. And don't forget, guys, to check out the Beeline series on Tuesday nights over on the ECR YouTube channel. The link is in the description below. These guys run pretty much every Tuesday night. And also, don't forget to check out the Cup series brought to you by Pit Stop Designs. That is over on the Ford Entertainment Group channel. Also, the link is in the description below. as well as I have the descriptions to Jason O'Connor's channel, Cornerstone Racing, and Hell Yeah Racing. Those guys are all cockpit view drivers. I do warn you that if you do tune in to Hell Yeah Racing's channel, you do not want to have your children around. It is definitely rated a TVMA cockpit broadcast. Hell of a great guy, though. He just, he has zero filter. Oh, it's 95 laps. Well, I think someone screwed up the lobby. Oh, well. That's going to be make another pit stop for these guys, actually. And as you see, Christian Snyder is going to start on the inside in that 63 Safeway Chevy, followed by 72 of Jason O'Connor in the Lexi Chevy, followed by Scott Hunsinger. And we got number 6 of Josh Sheets, followed by the 48 of George Price. And the person behind Josh Sheets has not gridded yet.
If you look at the schedule, it says 95 laps. I'm just coming in saying nobody screwed it up. Your mama. Love you guys. Love everybody at home. Thank you all for watching. This is George Price.
Oh, that was Anthony. No, I thought it said 85. Maybe I read it wrong. I thought because I go by Dan Lisa. This is where we post all of our stats for the league as far as the wins and points, and see who's in the standings. And Dan Lisa is a great site, but I swear it said 85, so I can change that real quick. I just wanted to thank the big president out there, Anthony Thitchner, for correcting me, as he's now gridding. Oh, what a guy. Yeah, I'm not even going to look at the results because they're not right. Not even close. I know who's up front. Let's go ahead and get that loop ticker on. Got a big field here tonight, actually. $28 cars, well, trucks I should say, out there on the track. 28 vehicles, there we go. Now, Christian's been real strong this year. He's been pole sitter for most of these races this year. It's going to be interesting to see what he can pull off here tonight. I don't know if he's going to burn out his right front too quick, or if he's just going to let it coast. You know, it's a big race, 95 laps. These guys are doing about anywhere from 30 to 33 second laps. And I apologize for if it's not coming through in 60 frames per second. There's a lot of shadow maps here tonight, and I actually did turn them down, but it's not making a difference. However, the race is crystal clear, and I hope you guys are ready to go. I know I am. Will Prue is not looking good. Yeah, he's going to pull right off. And the pace car is in, and the green flag is about to drop here at Kansas Speedway, Kentucky Speedway. It begins with a K. And Christian with a nice takeoff there at the beginning of this race. But Josh Sheets is right behind him. Josh Sheets really surprised us last week with a top 3 finish. I think that was his best finish in ECR itself. And as you can see, he's definitely pulling up there, trying to get Christian on the inside early. But Anthony is also up there. You got Scott Hunsinger and Jason O'Connor as well. Let's go ahead and take a look. And, yep, Josh let right up. Anthony was able to pass him. Anthony right on Christian Snyder's tail. little battles going on already. We only are a lap in, folks. These guys know that it's coming down to these final races that they need to get into the chase. Nice little battle up front between Anthony and Christian, as Anthony is definitely pushing that truck. It's funny seeing him in the 86 here tonight instead of the 87, his normal number. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back half of the field here. And we'll go through. We got a little battle right here between Mason Clark and Josh Sheets, still trying to fight for a position. Followed by George Price and the 51 of Jameson Miller. And then a little bit of a gap. We got Nathan Katsilas, we got Brant Morrow in the number 2 AC Delco, Douglas Hess, Stephen Massey, Earl James, Trey Davis, Ken Worley, Jeremy Morrison, Jeffrey Ford, who is our Cup broadcaster, followed by George Munger, Ed Adams, Mike Dullard, Chris Watkins, Andrew Melvin, Daniel Reese, 89 of Jeremy Rucker, and followed by Jonathan Whalen in the 85. And Will Prue has fallen behind because his internet is not doing good. And we've got Ron Miller in the back of the pack. Todd McDuffie did not grid. And while we were looking back, you see Anthony fell back to 3rd. Not sure what happened there. See if we can get maybe a replay of that. Actually go on board with Anthony, see what this replay has in store for us. If he might have just been pushing it too hard, or we'll go back live here in a second, folks. I just want to see why he fell off so much. Because you can see he's right on Christian's tail, trying to get that position. Scraped the wall a little bit. Yep, that's what it was. But he's still maintaining 3rd place. But, yeah, as you see, Jason O'Connor is getting that inside line. You don't want to be down on that inside line too long. For one, it's going to tear your truck apart, and it's super slick, especially in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, not so bad as long as you arc it like these guys are doing. You can see that they're getting down on that yellow line. We're still only 8 laps in, so the tires aren't wearing that much, and the weather is not too bad to have the wear on the tires. So you can see that, you know, they're arcing a lot better than they are in 3 and 4, but, you know, some people still prefer that low line. It all depends on their driving style. And with a league full of people anywhere from a 1500 I rating all the way up to a 5000 I rating, you're going to see a lot of different driving lines, and that just makes the competition even better, because you're going to see who wears out their vehicle first, and then that's going to depict the winner of the top 10 right there. And you see it every week. You got these guys in the back here going 10th back, you know, and they haven't really moved much. Some of them have fallen back, some of them have gone forward. Like, you see Jeffrey Ford's moved up 10 spots here in the last 9 laps. He's got Douglas Hess on his outside, though, trying to make that position. But then again, you got Trey Davis sitting back here in 15th. He's stayed 15th this entire race. As I say that, he's moved right up to 14th, but you know, it's people like that. They know it's early in the race. They don't have to push their truck too much. They shouldn't have to push their truck too much. And hopefully they will make a green flag pit stop as we come across to lap number 11 here. And Ron Miller is about to be lapped. Christian with a hell of a lead. His fastest lap was a 31.164. and his current is 0.615, so that was really pushing it though. So after 10 laps, about a half a second fall off. Not too horrendous, but it really depends on where that line is. And, you know, I'll see it all the time in ranked, you know, the regular iRacing ranked races, that you see the guys drop below the yellow line on that front stretch. There's really, I mean, I guess it does cut out a little bit, but it's definitely not correct. As far as, you know, making passes and stuff like that, you cannot be that below that yellow line. And we got Jamison Miller back here. Brant Morrow, brand new to the league this week, and he's moving on up right now, looking for that top 5 position. Trying to give everybody a little bit of TV time. These guys are doing great out here. Lap 13 going on to 14, still green flag. I know I probably shouldn't have even said it because they'll probably end up going to a caution, but you know, Kentucky's one of them tracks that it's rough as hell, but you can actually make it really good because it's wide enough. So you see George Price going down there below the yellow line on the front stretch in that tri-oval. Anthony Thitchner has fallen back to 4th. He's pretty much maintained 4th, him and Mason Clark. I think Mason might be able to pass him, though, coming up here in corner number 3 and 4. Maybe, nope. Anthony's going to cut right back down, but Mason did gain a little bit on him. Go ahead and go to the app broadcast blimp here and see what's going on around the rest of the track, as Mason Clark is trying to make a pass still on Anthony, but he's going to tuck him behind him going here on the back stretch. Oh, get below that yellow line, getting on the apron in the corner, not a good idea. See, Ron Miller is not having a good night. I'm not sure what happened early on with him. His truck seems to be really slow. He's only, well, he's going about the right speed, but I'm not sure what's going to be happening with him tonight. Daniel Reese is the last person sitting at 26 on the lead lap. And we just got word from Todd Gilly. He said he's parking the rental car now here at Kentucky and running up the steps to the booth. He'll be here in about 5 minutes. Hopefully he's not too winded by the time he gets up here. Got Jonathan Whalen, also new to the league this week, sitting back here in 25th. Will Prue in 24th. Hopefully he's getting his internet straightened out. Andrew Melvin in 23rd. Jeremy Rucker in 22nd. Now, it's funny to say, this guy actually picked Trojan as his sponsor. However, we do have another guy in here, right there, the number 71 of Mike Dillard, who picked Durex and Pornhub as his sponsor. So, we've got Durex, we've got Trojan out here, and it's interesting because no one picked him. And we actually learned that no one had picked Coca-Cola, surprisingly, this season. So I don't think we're going to see it here tonight, but we do actually have a person in the league now with the Coca-Cola as a sponsor. So, you know, we open up all the sponsors, any real-life sponsors. If you have your own company sponsors, like say I wanted a Broadcast Network vehicle, I could do that. Nobody's going to take that. And then I can actually have another actual real-life sponsor on top of that. So, we got quite a battle going in here. Double wide right now, going into 3 and 4 here on lap 19. Nice little battle from 13th. Oh, Jeff Ford in the pit. Alright, let's go ahead and get back to that battle real quick up here. George Gibbs Jr. says at least no STDs, right? We're well protected here on the track. It's a nice little battle. And you got, looks like Jameson Miller and George, yeah, Jameson Miller's back here. We've got Chris Watkins up here in the Snickers Jägermeister. And Earl James and Douglas Hess are actually going at it as well. Stephen Massey's up to 9th. A little bit of battle right here for 8th, 7th, and 6th. We've got Brant Moore climbing the ranks right now in this race. And looks like Ron Miller still not having a good time out here tonight. Not really sure. Maybe we'll end up interviewing him later on. Josh Sheets back to 6th. George Price up back to 7th. Anthony Thitchner now back to 5th. Mason Clark up to 4th. Started 9th. Jason O'Connor sitting in 2nd. Still maintaining 2nd place. And Christian Snyder still leading this race. Has led all 23 laps here currently. And these guys should be going to a green flag pit stop here very shortly. I'm saying within probably the next 7-8 laps, if that. And actually, let's go on board with Christian Snyder real quick. And let's see how he's actually running this track, keeping his times. He's fallen off about a second. But we'll go ahead and turn it up real quick. Just as soon as he crosses the start-finish line, show you guys how loud it actually is inside these trucks here in the iRacing simulator. Alright, and that was a nice on board with Christian Snyder there. Still your leader, has led this entire race. And where did, oh, they must be doing the green flag pit stops now. So, I was going to say, where did Jason go? But it must be about that time. He probably short pitting. Wants to get that wave around, or... Because he was sitting up there, but Mason Clark now moved up to 3rd. Scott Hunsinger taking over 2nd. And right now, Christian's got a almost 3-second lead on Scott Hunsinger. But these guys are running low on their tires. They're probably running low on fuel as well. But it's nice to see we've actually had green flag pit stops here. And it looks like everybody did take all 4. George Munger currently in the pits. Mike Deller currently in the pits. Let's go ahead and take a look at pit road right now. Yeah, thank you, George. George said O'Connor is pitting. Most of these guys making green flag pit stops right now. And I'm not sure. Daniel Reese had less than a second pit stop. I'm not really positive on why that happened. Did I see a 13-second pit stop there? Christian, who was your leader, is currently pitting now. Let's see what he's going to be at. "14 seconds. Got Rucker, Jeremy Rucker, 14 seconds. I thought I saw a 13-second in there. Trey Davis in the number 70, 13.89 second pit stop. I bet he's going to give his pit crew there a hell of a raise this race. And now we got Scott Hunsinger pitting as well. So now that means your current leader should be See, these guys are gonna come around. Yeah, Jeremy Morrison leading his first lap here tonight. Gonna be definitely getting that bonus point here, gaining 20 positions just on that pit stop. And he's slowing. No, he's still going. I think he might be coming in this time. Yep. There he goes, slowing right down. Oh, George getting real close to him as well. So now Daniel Reese is a lap down. Andrew Melvin's a lap down. Jeremy Rucker's now a lap down. Nope, they're getting their laps back. Going out through the field. Will Proust sitting in 23rd. We've got Jeremy Rucker in 22nd. Mike Dullard in 21st. Ken Worley in 19th. Jameson Miller in 18th. Trey Davis in 17th. Ed Adams in 16th. George Munger now in 14th. Earl James in 13th. Nathan Casillas back in 20. He fell off quite a bit. Got Chris Watkins moving up, trying to get in the top 10 right now, fighting with Brant Morrow for that 10th position here on lap 31. I'm so glad these guys made a green flag pit stop. It's really showing you guys out there in the audience what this league can do. Granted, yeah, there's not a lot of trucks here tonight. Still, 26 trucks, 27 trucks on the track. Still really good competition. We got a lot of fast guys out here. Scott Hunsinger now dropped back to 7th. Josh Sheets and looks like Jeffrey Ford fighting for a position right now. Anthony Titchener back up to 3rd. And Stephen Massey is in 2nd. Christian's back in the league. He must have planned that pit stop just right for him to still maintain the first place position, as he's now putting Daniel Reese another lap down. Gotta say, you guys that are watching out there, we got quite a few people watching. If you have any questions or just want to chit chat, it's open mic. As long as you keep it, legit and not any way discriminating, I'm good with it. Nice to see Stephen Massey move up 17 positions here tonight. And with that said, let's go ahead and take it to a commercial break here, brought to you by Pit Stop Design. Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, that is Pit Stop Designs, the sponsor for the Truck Series and the Cup Series this year in the Elite Championship Racing League. Find them on Facebook or contact Joey Stats himself. He paints all sorts of different vehicles, does really well, as you guys can see, and definitely hit him up. And speaking of painters, we have a lot of painters in this league. We got Jaws Graphics, we've got Justin Bland's paint group, we've got mine, which I don't really even do much with. Certain people ask me to paint their cars, but we do have a lot here, and it's nice to see that we work together as a league. We actually have our own Facebook. It's definitely, as far as the paint shop goes, we have our own ECR paint shop, so we can display each other's paints and everything, and take them over. A little bit of drafting between the 60 Mason Clark, 31 at Douglas Hess. We got Braden in the chat saying, how is the draft for these trucks during this race? Well, from the most part, it doesn't seem like it's too bad. Not too much pickup. And as you see, Mason Clark is getting the draft pretty good from Douglas Hess right now as we go to the bumper cam of Douglas Hess. You can see even in the corner here on fresh tires that Mason is keeping right up with Douglas Hess. These guys going about 174 before they actually reach the corner, which is about right because the Beeline car, which is our quote-unquote Xfinity series, but we call it Beeline series because Beeline's the sponsor, they're doing about 180 before they reach the corner, and the Cup cars are doing about 190. So it's actually right what they're going for miles per hour here. And I think I had just heard the door open. Is that Todd Gilly up here with us now?
Can you hear me, Scotty Brown?
Oh, I can hear you loud and clear, Mr. Gilly. Welcome to the race here tonight.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm pretty sure my rent-a-car's not going to be there when I get out there. I'm certain you're not supposed to park where I parked, and the Kentucky State Police may or may not be looking for someone who fits my description, but I'm up here.
Well, glad to have you in here. You've missed a pretty good race there. We're about halfway through, and we've already had a green flag pit stop.
Cool.
And Christian Snyder has led pretty much most of this race. We've had, let's go to the caution ticker and say we've had 4 lead changes over the last 43 laps. But definitely glad to have you in here.
Well, it's great to be here, man. I'll get up to speed here as I figure out who's who and where's where. And, man, it is great to finally make it in here.
No, definitely. We got George Gibbs in the George Gibbs Jr. in the chat. We got Braden 124 in the chat. George Gibbs saying this race is going by fast as shit, and we'll be done in no time. Yeah, we're already at the halfway point. I mean, it's been crazy. These guys are definitely putting on a good show here tonight, being very competitive. A few battles been going on here tonight, Todd, but these guys keeping it pretty clean. There's been no cautions. Nobody's really taken themselves out. Anthony was actually battling Christian for a while there, and he got up into the wall, got real tight coming out of corner number 2, and ended up dropping back to 5th for a while.
I'm seeing 23 trucks still on the lead lap. Is that correct?
That is correct. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's see. You are right. 23 laps. Jeremy Morrison in the number 45 is the last person on the lead lap. Currently, Daniel Reese, Jonathan Whalen, Ron Miller, and Jeffrey Ford are currently a lap down.
Well, halfway through, 23 still on the lead lap. It's a competitive event, I would say then.
Definitely. No, it's been really good here. I mean, not a lot of position changes, but a lot of drastic position changes, gaining, 10, 15 spots all in a matter of several, 5-6 laps. Yeah, Grant, we got George Gibbs saying, great run by my bro O'Connor. Yeah, O'Connor's definitely doing good here tonight, sitting back and forth. He started second here. This is his point series, so he's definitely looking to keep his chase standings as we go in further in the season. The chase is coming right up, Todd.
Yeah, it's right around the corner.
And we got Anthony Thitchner up here in the booth with us as well. Anthony, what's going on?
Well, man, had to yell at a couple guys for pitting how they weren't supposed to be pitting, and as I'm switching channels to do that, I hit a wall. So that kind of sucked. Got a lot of damage. Fell back from there, and I felt like, you know what? I'm sitting here 13th now. I fell back. It's like top 3, top 4 truck. Fell back to like 13, 14. What's another 10 positions? I'll come back out here before the end and finish this race. But I just want to catch the action now. I want to sit back and watch these guys from a better view. I'm just subbing in for somebody tonight. So, hey, as long as we don't DNF, man, we get some points tonight.
Right. No, it looks like you got a little bit of right side damage there, not too much on the left side. And we got George Gibbs in the chat here with us, Anthony. He says, yo.
What's up?
We got George Gibbs Jr. He says, yo.
Yo.
But no, that sucks. No. Yeah, I mean, I was just talking to Todd about how you guys have gone green and with the green flag pit stops, and you guys are currently making more green flag pit stops right now.
Oh man, it's some great racing out there tonight. Everybody's giving some really good give and take. I'm really surprised, man. A lot of these rookies that we got this week doing an awesome job. We went through orientation. We got like 4 to 5 rookies out there tonight that just joined the league last week. And they're doing a hell of a job, man. A lot of give and take, very respectful. So this truck series is headed in a really good direction, man. And I can't wait to sit back and watch it with you, fellas.
Definitely good to have you up here, Anthony. I know you don't come up here too often. I know you like to race more than you like to come up in the broadcast booth, but definitely a good thing you're up here.
You know, you guys haven't used the pace car tonight, but did you notice that I changed it?
Yes, you changed it to the Porsche.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I noticed that right from the beginning. I'm like, something's not right. That doesn't look like a Mustang.
Yeah, I got tired of seeing a Ford.
I knew it. I just knew it.
You know, I need to switch to the truck series, then you don't have to worry about full pit stop shit. How you doing, Todd?
I'm doing really good. I moved my whole rig today and just got it back together and was late getting in here, but I'm up here now and catching up to what's going on. And I see that one of the rookies that you mentioned, Chris Watkins, who's driving the 16 truck for me, is up in 3rd position. He was in the top 10 whenever I first jumped in here, and I was really excited about that. So, I'm really excited about this race.
He's doing a heck of a job, man. He was 2nd fastest in practice, and of course he wasn't able to qualify, so he didn't. But man, to be 3rd right now, about just over halfway point of the race, sitting in 3rd, man, you can expect big things. He's going to pit right now, and you'd probably see him gain some time on Christian and Scott if he pitted before them guys.
What's the fuel window, Anthony?
31 laps is what I was told here tonight. My guys, and this is top secret information. Anybody hears this, you better not tell anybody. I will come to your house and shoot you in the face. We wanted to pit early. We wanted to pit around lap 25 because I'll tell you, 25 to 30, you're not going to see much of a difference. It's a four stop race no matter what. So, you know, you're what Scotty said earlier in the broadcast, about a second off the pace.
Yeah.
At the end of your run.
At least. Now that first green flag pit stop, we saw somebody with a 13-second pit stop.
Well, I had one as well. I had a nice pit stop. But what I'm saying about these early pit stops is, let's say that you have so the guy in front of you has a 4-second lead. You're running 2nd, and you pit 5 laps before him, right? So you pit, you come back out, and then he pits 5 laps later. You're 4 seconds behind. Now you're 1 second ahead. See the difference there? You're 1 second ahead now. Now you just got to hold them off. So a lot of different strategy here tonight when you see these kinds of races.
No, completely.
Yeah, we'll see if Christian comes in now that Chris Watkins has pitted. Most of the other guys behind him have pitted now, the fast trucks. We'll see if
he's coming in.
He's going to have to follow
coming in right now.
And it looks like these guys are going to cycle through as well.
Andrew Melvin in 7th is going to pit with him.
But as you were saying, you know, I said earlier, we brought in 6 rookies and 5 of them are here tonight in this series. So it's great to see these guys are out here wanting to run for this series.
You know, the one thing that's different about us than NASCAR, we have a lot more rookies. For instance, we have 16 rookies in the field here tonight. 16! This is their first season. NASCAR, you usually see less than 5. You know, so it doesn't make much of a difference. But the thing with iRacing is you could be on iRacing for 5 years and have a 5,000 I rating. When you come to ECR, you're a rookie. Your first season here is a rookie, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're a rookie. You know, you guys know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Now, with what racetrack did we change out to fit outdoor into the scheme? Because we go to outdoor dirt racing next week.
Well, last season it was man, what was it? The Bull Ring. What's that track?
No, the Bull Ring wasn't in there last year.
No, we did 5 Flags. We did 5 Flags last season.
That's right.
That was what was voted on. But now that we have Eldora in the trucks, man, it's gonna be fun. You said that's next week?
That's next week.
You know, that's a bunch of bullshit. I work next week.
Now, why was it supposed to be an off week normally?
No, that's scheduled.
Right, but I'm saying, like in real life, they go to outdoor.
Yeah, trucks go to Eldora, man. You never watched a truck race at Eldora?
And I haven't caught the Camping World Series in a couple of years.
Oh man, that's a must-watch race, man. You get Kyle Larson, you get a lot of Cup guys. They go down there and run dirt, and it is such a blast to sit there and watch them. I wish I could go to one of these races in real life. Next week is going to be outstanding to broadcast, man. Eldora trucks in the dirt, under the lights, going to be amazing.
Well, let's hope so. We're watching Scott Hunsinger right now going down the pits right now, probably for his last pit stop. He was leading this race. He's led 5 laps. Followed by George Price going in right behind him. Ken Worley's starting to come out. And that's going to put Jeremy Morrison in the lead, I do believe.
You know what's interesting, Scotty, is Scott Hunsinger just pit on lap 60 going into 61. He is not going to make it to the end.
No, yeah, because that fuel window's too short. Ooh. Ooh, that's no good. And we got George Gibbs saying, didn't even know about this broadcast, but I'll get the word out to my other sim racing fans. Definitely thank you on that, George. Trying to get, as many people as we can watching. The iRacing community is huge, and watching iRacing broadcasts is another huge community that I didn't even know about being on YouTube. Just stumbled upon it. Anthony asked me last year, he's just like, hey, we know you're on YouTube, we know you make good quality videos. You want to come broadcast on iRacing? I'm like, what the hell's iRacing?
Then we got him addicted. He paid for all the tracks and cars, and he's came a long way, man.
Sitting 7th in points in the Cup Series right now. I tell you what.
Downtown Scotty Brown.
Yeah, he was doing like Final Fantasy.
I still do
on YouTube and some other crazy shit.
I still do all those. I do all the other games as well, but iRacing's definitely my Monday nights to go to for at least during the regular truck seat.
If you guys are watching, you need to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get Scotty as many subscribers as we can. Them subscribers mean everything. So if you haven't subscribed, you hit that button, subscribe, you get a notification every time we go live. Every Monday night that the trucks race in NASCAR, you will catch us live. And I tell you, Scotty does a hell of a job. It's always a good broadcast. You usually get Todd Gilly in here when he can make it.
Yeah.
Todd Gilly's going awesome, man. I miss you, man. It's been a while. I've been working, and I know that you missed last week. So it's good to see you in the booth.
Thanks, man. I love coming up here. I do. I love coming up here with Scotty Brown, and it's even more fun when you come up with us. But yeah, man, this truck series here, they do run a great race here in Kentucky.
George Price runs a great league, man.
Right?
Yeah, I just realized what he said.
I was typing, it took me a minute. I'm like, wait a minute, no. Remember, guys.
Old George. I like to pick on George Price, man. He's last year's. He's 2 years ago, man. He won a Truck Series championship. Ronnie Norman won it last year.
And Ronnie's not even running this year.
Yeah, he's running for the Beeline Sim Series, which is our beat cars, or Xfinity cars, if you're familiar with NASCAR. go over to sponsorship short, but we got Pit Stop Designs for the truck series. They make any paint scheme you want. And then we got Beeline Sim Series. They sell a bunch of customized products for your iRacing needs. And then Pit Stop Designs sponsors Cup Series. So we are sponsored, broadcasted every single series. These guys, man, I'll tell you, I can't wait until every race is over. I love to go back and watch these broadcasts. A lot of great guys, a lot of great races.
Yeah, no, definitely. I love doing this. Christian back in the lead again. This guy, it looks like he might win here tonight. As long as he plans out this next pit stop right, he might have it in the bag. No, go ahead, Todd.
How about Josh Sheets running third right now?
He snuck up there real early in the race. It was him, Anthony, and Christian all duking it out real early. And then Josh, I think, got a little too tight coming in the corner number 1 and 2 and backed right up.
If Josh Sheets keeps it up, he'll be able to pass Stephen Massey in that 97, but he's just not matching the speeds right now that Christian Snyder has. If everything stays how it is, Christian Snyder should be able to sneak off a win here tonight. And
Massey's slowly losing his pace to Christian Snyder right now. It looks like Stephen Massey is about 4.5 seconds behind and slowly dropping back. Oh, he's going to pit. So that's going to put Sheets into second place.
This is a good strategy call. But, however, again, he's pitting on lap 68, not 70, 89. He will be able to make it to the end, guys. So it'll be interesting to see if Christian comes back around next time, because this actually forces Christian in.
Yeah, because nope, Christian's gonna stay out. I don't know if that's a real smart play on his part.
Every time he stays out, man, I'll tell you, he's losing time. But I guess it depends on how long he stays out, because if he stays out like 10 laps longer, he's gonna lose a lot of time. But when he comes out, Steven's tires are going to be falling off, and he's going to be running some hot laps. So I guess it depends on where you want to be. Do you want to be that guy who's trying to catch them and running quicker, or do you want to be running slower and try to hold them off? What do you guys prefer in this situation?
I like short pitting myself. I like getting on new tires as quick as possible, getting out in front of whatever the situation is, getting the gap behind you instead of trying to play catch up.
Yeah, I would do the same thing. If I know that I'm not going to make it to the end of the race, I would pit, and I would go into the pits as soon as I know that my last lap is going to be my last lap or second to last lap of fuel, and put me that much further ahead of the rest of the pack. Because these guys, they pitted some of them pitted too early. You got Josh Sheets going in now, and it's all about strategy, especially with this half fuel tank that we run here in the truck series. All right, we got George Gibbs Jr. saying he's a professional announcer here in Atlanta, so I know how important it is to gain your audience. No, definitely appreciate that, George. Glad to hear that another announcer is enjoying this as well. Just trying to do my best, trying to, make sure the audience is getting all of the race here, up here in the booth here with Gilly and with Anthony.
Yeah, George Gibbs, definitely appreciate it, man. If you're ever looking for a league to run in, you want to come dabble in some iRacing, let us know, man. Truck Series is a pretty good series to get started in. It's like none other. I had a guy, Braden, who I think is still watching. Braden, if you're watching, let us know. Came over from ECR Console, runs on the PS4, came over to iRacing, is now leaving console. He says he can't go back. iRacing makes console look like Nintendo 64.
And we got your driver there, your brand new driver, Chris Watkins, going in, who was in second. Josh is going to go back in a second. So, going to be interesting to see how this all plays off here going down for the last 20 laps. And we have been green, Anthony. And if we go green, these guys get, what, a $250,000 ECR fund bonus?
$250,000 ECR bonus to everybody if this thing goes green. I'll tell you what. The Truck Series has not done it yet this season, so let's not jinx them, which we might have already done.
I haven't brought anybody in the booth. So that's...
I know. It's crazy. How about we bring that 86 into the booth? I think he's off track right now.
Yeah, about that 86.
You know, it's crazy. There's no DNFs tonight. As long as everything stays how it is, everybody's going to finish this race.
Now, you see Chris Watkins going 2 laps down now, but once everybody else goes around and pits in, it'll even back out just like it has been. Jeremy Rucker, brand new to the league this week as well, up to 5th place, started 20th. 15 position gain.
Guys, if a caution comes out, and this is very important, if a caution comes out right now, the guys who already pit are probably going to repit again. But Christian Snyder is coming down into the pits right now, so he's waited a long time to pit. He had a 24-second lead. He has everybody from 6th on back left. This is going to be interesting how this plays out, fellas. If this thing stays green, Christian Snyder may have lost this race by staying out way too long.
I agree. Yeah, I just could say I agree 100%, man. That was too long. He stayed out there too long.
Oh, we have the 71 come slide down into pits. Go ahead and take a look what happened there. This is coming down here in the backstretch. Haven't gone back to too many, Christian only had a 4-second pit stop.
Fuel only.
Oh, I don't know if that's the right call either. You waited way too long to pit and you're on old tires?
Yes, bad move.
Mike Dullard, you just said he came in steering across the line. He was doing 66, 67 crossing that line, so he probably did receive a black flag. And I don't see him coming out. Maybe he's parking it.
Yeah, his ticker's still going up for time, over 30 seconds now. I don't think he hit anything. He didn't slow it down too much.
He does have some damage. Maybe he's repairing and then come back around and serve that penalty.
There could be some stuff getting damaged in his living room.
There he goes. He's coming out now. I just think that he was repairing some damage. He knew he had a penalty. He was screwed. So why not get that fixed? Come back out, salvage what you can.
Well, it's his first race here in the league, and I tell you what, for these 5 guys coming in here tonight, it's definitely been a heck of a race for them. And George Gibbs says awesome rookies in this league. Yes, we have a lot of rookies in this league, split between all 3 series. We how many did we bring in this year, Anthony? 50?
Oh, at least, man. Yeah, at least half the league is rookies, and that's normal. I mean, that is something that happens every single year. You get a bunch of rookies coming in, and a lot of guys don't return. They'll either move on or just get tired of racing. They quit iRacing altogether. But it is normal to have a bunch of rookies come in. You want to try to keep as many people as you can, but it's on these guys, man. I mean, I will say one thing: Christian Snyder still leading the race. Waited all those laps. He had a 0.8 lead when he came out, and then it increased to a 1-second lead, and now he is up to a 1.8 second lead. So he's a lot faster than the guys behind him, and as you say, he didn't even take tires. So, wow.
He's going to fail tech.
He's still gaining, too. I mean, I'm watching the top 10 split right now, and he's still gaining on George Price, almost 1/10 of a second every 3 or 4 seconds.
Well, George Price ran a 32.2 and a 32.8. Christian Snyder ran a 32.0 and a 32.2. So 6 to 8 tenths faster Christian Snyder right now in the lead.
With all tires. That's crazy. That really is crazy.
And now up to a 2.8 second lead. So, I mean, within 2 laps, he has gained 2 seconds.
Did George Price and Josh Sheets take tires, or did they just take fuel?
You know, that's a good question. Last time I checked, let's see.
Josh took 2. And who was the other one? Price? Price took all 4 and fuel.
Yeah, Price, his stop was a 44 and then a 102. Those were the 2 times he had when he was pitting, 44 and 102. Would you believe Christian Snyder had the same thing? A 44 and a 102. So I don't think George Price took tires, man, because he has the same thing, a 44 and a 102. They have the same 2 lap times when they pit.
The four tire trucks are much faster right now. I think I'm watching their split times, and they're much faster than the leaders. It's just going to be a question of whether they can catch them or not. How many laps are left?
We're coming down on 10 laps to go. We got 11 laps to go as Christian will cross the start-finish line here.
Stephen Massey in that 97 car, he had a 32.5, a 32.2, and a 32.0. His fastest lap, 32.0. I'm sorry, that was Christian Snyder. Christian Snyder, 32.5, 32.2, and a 32.0. When you compare him to Stephen Massey had a 31.8, a 31.9, and a 31.8. So Stephen Massey is constantly gaining on him. The problem is Stephen's about 8.3 seconds back. But even faster than Stephen right now is Josh Sheets in that number 6 in 3rd position, currently hunting down George Price, who is most likely going to pass him. He is running 31.6, 31.7, 31.8. I mean, he's running faster than all these guys, man. Hunting him down. If there's enough laps left, Josh Sheets may see his first win in ECR. And guys, right now he's running 3rd. You know what his top finish in ECR is?
3rd.
3rd.
Last week, actually. Last week he finished 3rd in the Cup Series? It was here, actually. Yeah, he finished in the Cup Series 3rd last week on Wednesday.
I think he can... Go ahead.
It was our only race last week.
I think he can definitely catch George Price. He's just got to be patient. He's got to make this happen. But can he catch Christian Snyder? The thing about Christian Snyder is he's got 2 cars in front of him. He's got to get by these guys. If that's going to slow him down, he might not have enough time to catch Christian Snyder. He needs to get by these guys, and here he goes under these guys in turn 1. Josh Sheets in the number 6 coming up under him. He's going to be clear of the 48, but is he going to get clear of the 71? He's going to cut in. That's a good move.
Sorry about that. I meant to see that, but IRTVO was on the fritz. Sometimes these third-party programs don't like to function. So.
And as we cross over into lap 89, Josh Sheets is 3.9 seconds back. And when you look at how much quicker he's running than the leader, he ran a 32.0 and a 32.2. Christian ran a 32.1 and a 32.2. He's not running quick enough to catch Christian. Right now, this is Christian's race to lose, coming to 5 to go.
Well, and it's funny you say that, because Josh is running still over like 155, 156 in the corners, while Christian is dropping, well, maybe not that time, but the last lap he did, he was down to 140 in the corner.
Really?
Yeah, the last time I looked at him, yeah, 3 and 4, he was down to 148. Now he's picking it back up. It's coming out of 4, but dropping right down to under 150 miles an hour. And Josh is still maintaining over 150 miles an hour.
Maybe that's the difference. Maybe Christian is getting down to speed a little bit quicker, getting the thing to rotate, and then getting back in the gas quicker. If you can do that, that might be the secret here tonight. And what these guys are failing to realize is you got to get down to that certain speed where you can apex it, get it to rotate, and then get back in the gas. Some guys are just waiting too long, and they end up losing speed.
That's one of the hardest things to learn, isn't it? How to use that gas pedal to get it to turn at just the right time.
And it's different with every vehicle. I mean, these trucks are heavy, and even with the half fuel, you know, they wear a lot different and they drive a lot different than any other vehicle here in the NASCAR series.
'86 is pulling back onto the track. He must not want his DNF.
No, I don't blame him. That's a hefty fine for a DNF.
Way too much.
And we're coming down to 3 to go there, Todd. What do you think of this race here tonight?
I think Christian's put on quite the show here. kept his truck clean. He's clearly been the class of the field as far as speed, and even pit strategy as well. I mean, he kind of hit for the cycle here tonight by making all the right moves at the right time. Hats off to Christian.
Yeah, he's looking like the new Ronnie Norman, the 2017 Ronnie Norman.
Well, you know who his team owner is.
Ronnie Norman.
George Price just pitted.
He probably just ran out of fuel.
Anthony said he might run out of fuel, and he was correct.
Yeah, that's going to put him quite a back, and it looks like right now as we're coming down to the white flag here at Kentucky, we've got Christian Snyder in first, Josh Sheets in second with a 3.14 differential to the leader, and Chris Watkins sitting in third, but Stephen Massey I don't think he's going to be able to catch Chris Watkins, so rookie here this week to the league is going to get a podium finish. I can't even say it.
That's my truck.
Got to be a happy owner, you know. You got a guy who just subs in for you for Matt Fritz, get third place, man. That's good owner's points. Got to be happy. Got to be happy.
Heck yeah, man. That's the best.
So tonight, your winner is Christian Snyder, followed by Josh Sheets, his best finish here in ECR. I bet Josh is just shouting right now. Surprised he hasn't Marco Polo'd me yet. Followed by Chris Watkins in third. So we will pull them guys up one by one. And as we watch Christian's burnout here. Trying to look for them. There he is. Okay, so we got Chris Watkins first. Chris Watkins, welcome to the broadcast booth. You've got Scotty B, you've got Todd Gill and Anthony in here. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, pretty good. How about you guys?
Pretty good, pretty good. Anthony, do you want to do the first interview?
Chris Watkins, number 16, coming in out of nowhere, just joined the league. Don't know what to expect. Just coming in subbing for a guy, not even running his own number. He's just coming in trying to fill a job, man. And hell of a job. Third place. I hope you know the guy you subbed in for has never finished top 3. So that's no bullshit, nothing to bad towards him, but like hell of a finish, man. Top 3. What did it take tonight in order to get that top 3? I mean, you were second fastest in practice. You weren't able to qualify. You started 18th. So how did you manage your pit stops and everything in order to get a top 3?
Well, the pit stops actually got me. I actually slid through my pit stall the first time because I had too much rear brake and just slid right through. I was just trying to save the tires and be patient, work my way up. And I think the pit stalls is what really got me, where I could get third, be able to be efficient in getting in and getting off, real good. But saving the tires and being able to be there at the end and pass the 97 right there, it was a great race. I mean, just got lucky and able to get a spot on him.
That's awesome, man. Anybody you want to thank tonight?
Well, I want to thank Todd Gilly for bringing me onto the team, Dodge Boys Fabrication, and just everybody, you guys making this all possible. This was an awesome race.
Thanks for the great finish, Chris. It's great to have you aboard, man. This is Todd, and nice job, man. Good-looking truck and a nice finish, buddy. Appreciate it. Be talking to you.
Thank you.
All right, we got our second place winner here. Josh Sheets, the best finish for him here in the ECR League. Go ahead if you want to start that interview.
Josh Sheets, Todd Gilly in the booth. You copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you ran a great race tonight. Thought you might get yourself your first win for a little bit there, but how'd you get that thing all the way up in there to second place tonight?
Hey, it didn't come easy there, Todd. I tell you, these guys here in ECR, man, top top-notch drivers. Everybody in here is fast. It's very difficult to pass anybody, especially on old tires on this track. And when you have the stars of ECR here, it just elevates the difficulty. Pretty much just pit strategy the whole race long. That's what got me my positions. I wasn't able to pass many people under green flag conditions, and just had to get them in the pits. And yeah, I could have sworn I was going to catch Christian, but I burned them up way too early. I got some lap traffic around me and didn't pay attention to my relative. I thought I was racing for position, and come to find out, Stephen Massey and Chris Watkins was 4 seconds behind me battling out. So I was fighting the wrong people.
Well, you ran a great race. You did a great job. Anybody you want to thank tonight?
I want to thank Cornerstone Church of Jasper, Georgia, for allowing me to put their name on the truck here, and thank S&M for giving me good equipment this evening.
Cool.
Fuck, Scotty.
All right. We could definitely congratulations there to you, George. Let's go ahead and not you, Josh. Sorry, I had George in the mind for some reason. But Josh, it's definitely congratulations to you for second place. Let's go ahead and find Christian. Christian Snyder, one who led the most laps here tonight. Congratulations on your first place finish here at Kentucky. How are you feeling?
Pretty happy. A lot of momentum right now, considering I won 2 in a row here.
How, we were watching your last pit stop. You only took fuel, and everyone behind you had fresh tires. How was you able to run on those old tires like that?
My truck was a long run truck. I mean, I always am good in the long run whenever I race. So I just always back up the corners here at Kentucky, and was able to save the tires. And I knew I was going to take fuel only. That was the strategy from the beginning. So I saved them extra good there on the last run before the fuel only stop. And Josh started running me down. I was kind of sweating it out a little bit. I saw him, taking it down from like 5 seconds down to 3, and I was like, oh boy, I got to step it up a little bit. But the car was, truck was real good. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know how I pulled it off.
Man, definitely a great finish. Anyone you want to thank here tonight?
Ronnie Norman for giving me the truck. Great truck all season. Thank my friend Jeremy Dugan. He helped me learn Kentucky and how to save tires here. So, and that was back when I was racing console still. So, thanks to him. And thanks for you to broadcast, and thanks for Anthony for letting me join this awesome league.
Well, you're very welcome, and again, definitely big congrats to you. And now, with Eldora next week, are we going to be seeing you in Eldora, or are you going to take the week off?
I've been running some testing with R&R, and being that I'm a pretty good dirt track racer, we did a few exhibition races in dirt track racing. We did the street stocks, and then we did the late models, and I won both of them. So I'm a good dirt track racer, so hopefully I can get 3 in a row here.
Now, how are you with the trucks at Eldora? Because, I mean, obviously them trucks are a total different story. How do you fare in those, and do you think you got a shot next week as well?
In the test sessions, I've been running pretty consistently. I've learned the throttle control pretty well, I think. Learned how to use the cushion right, and going to be running a kind of a tribute scheme next week for Bobby Pierce, which he races at Eldora all the time. That's why I have the number 63. So hopefully I can park it for him in Victory Lane.
Well, alright, let's hopefully we see that. Again, big congratulations to all of you guys. I want to thank Todd Gilly for coming into the booth. I know you were a little late, but definitely a big thanks to you, and thanks to Anthony for coming up here as well. Always good to have some extra people up here in the booth.
Scotty, you know what? I think we forgot to mention one more time. I think everybody, there was no cautions, right? So
no
everybody,
caution.
$250K for everybody. First green flag race of the season for the truck series. Am I correct?
Correct.
That is correct.
Cool.
Man, oh man, that's awesome, and that's, you are correct. It was the first full green flag run we've had this year. Last year, I think we had 2.
Yeah, man, it was a good race tonight. I definitely enjoyed it. Definitely enjoyed you guys' company. Hope everybody enjoyed it at home. Check us out next week, Eldora. It's gonna be some good racing.
That's right. All right, thank you guys for watching. We're going to head on out here with the ECR commercial. Remember, if you guys want to join the ECR League, be a part of this fun, either for the rest of the season or come back next season, go ahead and apply at ecrleague.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter. We have our own YouTube channel here. That link is in the description below, and that is where you will also find tomorrow's broadcast of the B-Line Series race at New Hampshire, or Loudon, as some people like to call it. So, again, thank you guys for watching. You guys all have a great night.